should I do now? If only Cyno was still around.
Hola chicos, la he liado muchísimo chicos, se me ha bugueado el juego porque estaba, o sea, tenía planeado grabar la misión de Cyno, pero he pasado por detrás de un árbol y me ha saltado la misión, ni siquiera he entrado aquí. Pero bueno, espero que lo hayáis escuchado. Dice, ¿qué debería hacer? Ahí ojalá Cyno estuviera aquí. Es que mi plan era empezar bien el vídeo, en plan, empezar en esta puerta de atrás, ¿sabes? Entrar y decir, bueno, desde fuera, hacer ya el saludo, ¿sabéis? Y entrar, pero se me ha liado porque iba a pasar por detrás de un árbol y se me ha activado la misión, pero bueno. Un comienzo lamentable, lo sé, pero es que es lo que hay. Sigamos por lo menos.
Excuse us. Has something happened?
Oh, I appreciate the concern, but who are you? Ah, friends of Cyno. Well, I suppose it's not a secret or anything. Since you two are interested, I'll just lay it out for you. My name is Nabil. I'm a matra in the academia. A case involving the smuggling of canned knowledge has come to our attention recently, but unfortunately, we don't have the people to handle it at the moment.
Huh? You mean the academia is short on matra right now?
Well, not exactly. I suppose the main problem is that the case suddenly came up after General Mahamatra Cyno left to go somewhere. It would be a real headache for us to tackle the case ourselves. Given the large scope of the issue, we talked things over internally and decided that we should find further assistance from outside the Matra. If you two have some time, would you lend us your strength?
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Yes, large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. We suspect there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And, unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action. According to our current leads, it's highly likely that there are dealers selling canned knowledge outside the city, even as we speak. If you two could, please help us investigate the area.
You can count on us! Let's go!
Vale. Bienvenidos a todos chicos, chicas, señores, señoras. Bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo para el canal. Es que la he liado, de verdad. Es que no sé cómo. Yo siempre tengo una mala suerte para esto, porque de verdad, yo he pasado por detrás de un árbol, no he pasado por delante de la puerta siquiera. Pero bueno. Básicamente estamos haciendo la misión legendaria de Cyno, ¿vale? Y nada. A ver qué tal, la verdad. Yo qué sé, Dios, es que la vida es una mierda. Vamos a ver. Se supone que hay como unos contrabandos y tenemos que pararlos. Y pues bueno, como Cyno no estaba, ni está aquí el Cyno. Vamos a ver.
Huh? It's Cyno! What are you doing here?
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence.
Dame un segundo. Ahí está. Me pongo bien, que si no.
I'm currently in the middle of an investigation here. We'll have to chat some other time. There's been a recent case of canned knowledge smuggling. It seems that the smugglers are following an elaborate and dangerous scheme. I just happened to acquire some intel which led me here.
Hey, what do you know? We're also here to investigate that.
I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information. Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Whoa, that sounds pretty complicated. But having Cyno around will definitely make things easier. Alright, let's go round up those bad guys.
Vale, este vídeo supongo que lo dividiré en varias partes, en varios supongo. Por el simple hecho de que las misiones legendarias siempre suelen ser muy largas. Bueno, no hace falta teleportarse, ¿no? Es decir, está aquí al lado. Realmente. Ahí tenemos a los Fatui. Joder, los mierdas estos, los animales esos cargan, tío, son una puta mierda, tío, porque te cargan y te empujan, ¿sabéis? Y si llevas arquero de DPS, como es mi caso, que llevo Ganju, te empujan, ¿sabéis? Y empujar significa rechazar la carga, es decir, para ser arquero tienes que cargar el arco. Y si te empujan, deja de cargarlo y tienes que volver a empezar, y eso es mierda.
Is this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no telling when we'll have more.
What does the academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have. I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever, how much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
Uy, buah, qué frase, ¿no? Abajo los moras y arriba las manos, pero bueno.
It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
But don't forget the Mora!
Buah, este le pillan por gilipollas.
Done, done! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone? I don't like the looks of this. Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. All right, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything. The stock we have right now is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation. I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation.
Me gusta que siempre dice traficantes de poca monta para darles, ¿sabes? Darles en el orgullo.
If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like nothing?
Do you have a potential suspect? You'd better bring them to me for
Ah,
judgment.
coño, decían Dory, pensaba que iba a decir el doctor y digo, hostia, pero joder, estás hablando de un puto fatui, ¿sabes? Vaya, habla de Dory, joder. Me ha asustado por un momento.
Whoa! Judgment?
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Cyno meet Dory.
I see. Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information. If you manage to learn anything, you can find me a Caravan Rebot.
Perdona, es que me estoy rascando la oreja.
And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
Okay, I got it. Just keep your nose out of my
Y
business.
tú te la llevas, gilipollas.
Hey, what's
Sí,
with
sí,
the
la llevas,
attitude,
crack.
mister?
A ver con quién te piensas que estás hablando.
What, you got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people. The buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on
Este se la
our
lleva,
business
Este
here.
se la está llevando,
Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished. All right, traveler. I need to go now.
Vale. Me he dado cuenta de que al editar los vídeos me doy cuenta de que
Ha! You think you can scare me?
me doy cuenta de que siempre que acaba una conversación digo, vale, y sigo no sé, es algo raro, en plan, da igual.
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon remembers correctly, she's usually at the palace of Alcazar's array. Let's go!
Vale. Pide información a Dory. Pensaba que íbamos a ir al Puerto Hormos, que es donde estaba Dory. Cuando ha dicho lo de Dory pensaba que iba a decir lo de... lo he dicho antes, que pensaba que hablaba del doctor, porque ha empezado Dor y dicho doctor. Y no. Claro, como el doctor, hostia, un fatui, ¿sabes? Y dos grandes. Vamos a por aquí que se nos llegó. Vale. Vamos a ver con la Diona. La Diona rara.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention. No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business.
Huh? You mean you stopped selling it?
That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up.
Sounds like we came all this way for nothing.
Well, not completely. Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know. After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated.
Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself.
Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made.
Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge?
Being able to gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But everything in the world comes at a price, right? Gaining knowledge is a complicated process. It requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge.
A ver si lo he entendido. Es decir, si tú coges un conocimiento de esos, te lo metes en la cabeza y el conocimiento está mal, te jodes y te aguantas, no vas a cambiarlo. Es decir, si en el conocimiento encapsulado pone que 2 más 2 son 5, tú vas a creer firmemente que 2 más 2 son 5 y nadie te lo va a cambiar la idea. Hombre, no suena muy bien.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects?
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused. It all comes down to balancing the right amount.
Todo en exceso es malo.
Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is.
The Court of Desolation? What's that?
Rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of the Scarlet King. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death. But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia.
Tío, no es... Ya claro, o sea, ¿por qué siguen poniendo que el Rey Escalada es desert? O sea, no sé.
Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the desert. They're auctioning rare canned knowledge, some of which is related to the Court of Desolation. Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation. Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it, by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
Sounds to Paimon like we better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows, we might find some leads there.
That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location. As I said, I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it! 500,000 mora per kit! That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000 mora.
La madre que la parió.
What? That's super expensive!
No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him. All you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him directly here, though, okay? That would leave me completely in the open.
Me parece a mí que Cyno te va a pagar una puta mierda.
I'm sure the former General Mahamatra of the Academia would never leave any debt unpaid. Oh, the Mora. I can see it already. Loads of shiny Mora coming Dory's way.
We'd better get going. If Dory keeps at it, we'll be out of Mora.
Bueno, por lo menos nos da un mapa donde va a hacer la subasta. Yo lo voy a dejar aquí porque sinceramente luego esas misiones suelen durar 1 hora. Yo creo que voy a hacer 3 vídeos de 20 minutos, porque luego si no el vídeo queda muy largo, la gente luego le da pereza entrar a un vídeo tan largo, que nadie entra a mis vídeos, pero si dura 1 hora menos aún, ¿sabéis? Y luego encima para pasarme el audio y editarlo es una puta mierda. Entonces voy a hacer vídeos de 20 minutos, ¿vale? Espero que lo entendáis y nada, espero que os haya gustado este primer episodio. El principio ha sido una cagada, pero bueno, espero que os haya gustado y adiós. O sea, hasta adiós, hasta luego, adiós.